Hey guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to a new video this week. Today's topic is going to be 10 brands that don't sell on Mercari or Poshmark. And by this I don't mean they don't sell at all. They could sell, you could have items that sell, but these are brands that most people don't look for and they'll sit in your closet. I have a list on my phone. I'm just going to read it off. There's no order. I just went through my closet and these are just items that I've seen that either sell very cheap or they're sitting for a very long time in my closet or some other closets that I've seen. The first brand I have is Forever 21. There's an exclusion. Forever 21 Plus sells pretty well, if not great. Anytime I've had something Forever 21 Plus, it usually sells within the first couple of days. It's priced well enough it will sell within the first day. So Forever 21 Plus is excluded from this, but Forever 21 items don't do well. Since Forever 21 items are already so cheap when they are brand new, it's hard to get money for them when you're reselling them. Even if the thrift store has them for $1, if you sell them, you're not going to get more than $4, $5, $6 because it's either you're paying shipping or they're paying shipping. And with that, shipping already covers half the price of a new item from Forever 21. So you're not going to be making much more from that. Every Forever 21 item I have listed in my closet that isn't plus size has been sitting. I don't think I've sold a Forever 21 item. I just continue to redonate them. It doesn't work out. So that's number one. Number two is J. Crew. I sold one J. Crew blazer and I sold it for like $8 or $9 on Poshmark, meaning I got like 5 or 6 from it. Anything else that J. Crew doesn't do too hot. Unless it's something new with tags or super unique, maybe you could sell it. But if it's something just a J. Crew top or like a plain sweater or something, just because it says J. Crew on the label doesn't mean it's worth anything, because there's a lot of people trying to sell J. Crew. You can find J. Crew in the thrift so easy now. It's just so overpopulated now that no one really wants it, so don't pick that up. The next brand is Polo by Ralph Lauren. I sold a crew neck and then I sold a new with tags Ralph Lauren Polo for like $10, and it was new with tags. I sold it for $10 on Poshmark. Again, it's another one of those brands that used to be worth a lot of money, super overpopulated. It's in the thrifts. You can go to an outlet and get it for the same price new as you can get it on Poshmark or Mercari. There's not a market for it anymore. Maybe if you have a super unique color or a fun color that's not like navy, gray, black, red, any of that, maybe you could sell it. So overall, Polo is just another one of those brands that are just overpopulated, overhyped. No one really buys it anymore. Next is Talbots. Now again, this is one of those brands that have some specifics to it. The only thing I've seen of Talbots that does sell is mainly plus size of Talbot sells. Floral patterns and prints for Talbot sell. And if it's new with tags and it's kind of unique, or especially if it's floral or plus size, it will sell. Anything else doesn't really sell unless it's dirt cheap. So if you're paying more than $1 for it, I wouldn't get it unless it's floral or new with tags and super unique. Next is Fila. I'm sure many of you guys watch Threads Obsessed. Her name is Melissa. She's in Canada. She buys Fila all the time. And before I got into the YouTube and the thrifting and stuff, I watched her. And from her I was like, oh, Fila is such an awesome brand. It's a big brand. She finds the coolest stuff. She sells it. I started picking up a lot of pieces and it's very abundant at thrift stores around me. I thought it was awesome. All good pieces, good condition. Turned out no one buys Fila. Next is Ann Taylor. This is one of those brands that's like was worth money or is still worth money, but like now it's all at the thrift store from the older women. And I find it new with tags all the time. I have items from Ann Taylor that are new with tag that I have for like less than $10 a piece. People are still not buying them. Ann Taylor is not the way to go. I've come to realize that nothing Ann Taylor sells, but that's just me. I've had new with tags, I've had not new with tags, dresses, shirts, different patterns, different sizes. I haven't sold a piece of Ann Taylor yet, and I'm never going to pick up Ann Taylor again. Next, this brand may shock you guys. Calvin Klein. Now before we all... here's why. You can get Calvin Klein pretty much anywhere now. It's at the thrift stores, it's at Marshall's, it's at TJ Maxx, it's probably at Nordstrom Rack, it's at Calvin Klein outlets, it's at the Calvin Klein store, it's on the web store, it's on PacSun, it's on Urban Outfitter, it's everywhere. In my experience, the only items that are Calvin Klein that sell, anything vintage Calvin Klein. You could tell if it's vintage. If it's older, if it's an old Calvin Klein crew neck or something like that, it'll sell. Calvin Klein leggings. Only if they look new, only if they have a big Calvin Klein spell out on the side will they sell. And basically anything with a big Calvin Klein logo will sell. So if you go to the store and see a big Calvin Klein across the crew neck, that will sell. But if you go to the athletic section and see a Calvin Klein top that's just black and says Calvin Klein on the tag, probably won't sell for you. So don't pay up for it because it won't go. But that's just my opinion. Again, if you sell Calvin Klein, please let me know, because I've realized anything Calvin Klein I pick up doesn't really sell unless it's a huge like logo spell out. Next is Express. We all knew this one. Express has been dead for a while. I see it at Thrift all the time, and it's still super high price, so I don't know if the Thrift got the memo. Express is not it, honey. There's nothing really I could say. I feel like we all knew Express was dead, but if you're still picking up Express and you're still selling it, again, comment below because I would love to see your sales on Express. Next is Eddie Bauer. Now, Eddie Bauer, I used to think when I was a kid was such a high brand, kind of a mix between like a Columbia and North Face. What I've learned is that people still wear Eddie Bauer, but they don't buy Eddie Bauer. By that, I mean Eddie Bauer is always at the Thrift. It's always in pretty decent condition, but no one really buys it anymore. Like, if someone's going to buy a coat brand, they're going to buy a North Face, and if they're not going to pay a North Face, they're going to buy a Columbia. Like, Eddie Bauer is just kind of gone, has been. If I see Eddie Bauer, I don't pick it up, and it's still a brand that's priced high because thrift stores think it's one of those good brands, but thrift stores are so out of touch with what's good versus what's bad. Don't pick up Eddie Bauer, because anything Eddie Bauer that I've had has not sold yet. It's not worth it to keep it sitting in your closet. 2 brands left, both kind of shocking. Don't know what to pick, so I think I'm just going to say Nautica. Again, wait a second. Basically, the only thing Nautica that sells is a huge graphic t-shirt or like a vintage shirt. I've sold some vintage like Nautica Jeans Company t-shirts. I have a few Nautica spell-out shirts that are getting some attention, but anything else like a Nautica polo or like anything like that, even if it just has a little Nautica symbol, it's not worth it. If it's a polo or a quarter zip that says Nautica on it, that's better than just the Nautica symbol. Still risky, but anything with a Nautica symbol, just the Nautica symbol. No Nautica on it, not worth your money. But again, that's just what I've been finding. This is it, guys. The last one. And again, this is kind of a big one, and some people might say I'm wrong or disagree with me, which again is fine. This is just what I've seen. But Michael Kors doesn't sell well anymore. Maybe we knew this was coming, you know. Michael Kors has been dead for a couple years. It's fine. Still a high-end brand, so like people will still pay for it because some people still think it's a high-end brand, but it's not in the now. It's not a Kate Spade. It's like Coach, kind of going downhill, whatever. I've been finding a ton of Michael Kors in the Thrift lately. I sold a black Michael Kors t-shirt for like 10 bucks maybe. If Michael Kors is going to sell, then it's going to be a nice purse that's in good condition, if anything. Or a nice pair of sandals. Michael Kors clothing isn't selling as hot as it used to be. And if you want Michael Kors clothing, you can go to TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Nordstrom Rack, and you can find it in their clearance section for $20 brand new. Selling it on Poshmark or Mercari kind of isn't the way to go because you're going to charge them 20-30 bucks for a used piece of Michael Kors that you found at a thrift store when they can buy it brand new in the clearance section of TJ Maxx, you know? But again, just my opinion, I haven't seen a ton of sales with Michael Kors besides like nice purses or sandals. So just keep that in mind. If you're at TJ Maxx and you see something Michael Kors, don't pick it up right away. Just double check and see what's going on. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with any of the brands I've said, because these are just brands that I've noticed not selling too well. For me, brands that are really in the thrift store all the time that I don't pick up because they're not selling. If there's any brands I left out that you think don't sell, comment them below because I want to hear what everyone thinks. Thank you so much for watching and sticking around. And I hope to see you guys soon. So pull me close.